This is the Big Sci-Fi Podcast Shorts. Welcome back to the Big Sci-Fi Podcast. This is the last portion of our in-between season shorts. Pretty soon, the Big Sci-Fi Podcast will be back for season 4, and now as part of the Trek Geeks Network, which we're so excited for. Now, this segment is Two Truths and a Lie. Unlike our previous games where my co-hosts were playing against each other, this one is a group effort, and I have a little surprise in store. So the way this is going to work, I'm going to give two truths and a lie, not necessarily in that order, and these guys are going to get 1 minute to discuss and figure out which one is a lie. I'm going to have a timer running, and after 1 minute, they need to give me their final answer. So everyone, please play along at home and tell us how you did, in addition to hitting that like and subscribe button. Was everyone ready to play?
So.
Yes. Well, actually, would that be a lie? I just said when I agree. Unlike, and if we don't bring up Harry Mudd, because everything Harry Mudd says is a lie.
Oh my!
Did he come up with that? Was that his?
That was Harry Mudd. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Everything Harry Mudd says is a lie, and then he says,
"I love that episode."
I'm lying. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, so you guys ready to start and understand any other final questions before we do the first one? Okay.
All right.
So, two truths and a lie in some random order. Number 1, okay. Spock's skin has a greenish tint, but it was originally meant to be red. Number 2, Mark Leonard, who plays Spock's father, also played a Romulan, a Klingon, and an Andorian in Trek. And number 3, Shatner and Nimoy both got tinnitus on the set of Star Trek. 1 minute starts now.
Do we need to pick a team captain or not?
I think the second one was a lie because I don't think Mark Leonard played an Andorian.
Andorian? I was wondering about that.
Yeah, because he did play a Romulan.
But did they really get
Spock's
tinnitus?
Dad.
I think they did. I feel like I heard that story before.
Like in real life is the question. They got tinnitus.
If they did, I feel bad for them because I got tinnitus and I don't like it.
Is tinnitus anything like tennis elbow?
No, no, it's not. I know, but that's comedy's hard. Please.
Did they get sick on the voyage home, maybe, or something?
I don't know.
I mean, consider.
I know that they wanted originally Spock was supposed to be red, but the network said, "Hey, he'll look like a little demon devil."
Yeah,
something
so
like that.
That one's definitely right. I
ding, 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 ding. What's your final answer? Your time is up.
Folks,
shall we? I say we nominate Chris to say the answer this time.
I think it. Okay, I think it was number 2. That was the lie.
That is correct. So Mark Leonard, he played, in addition to Spock's father, he played a Romulan and Klingon, not an Andorian. I threw the Andorian one in there.
Yeah.
But now, so Spock's skin was meant to be red, but it was going to look too dark in the black and white TV.
Oh.
That was why they didn't go with that. And then tinnitus, that's the ringing in your ear.
Yes, I know.
There was an explosion on one of the Star Trek sets, and they both developed tinnitus. And it's bad. Like it is, drives some people like to suicide. It's that bad. And I know that Shatner talked about it in one of his biographies about how really like maddening this was.
It's a hissing sound that I have. Yeah. And that's from way too many drag races going to them being close on the
how long does it last?
It doesn't go away.
Oh, it doesn't go.
No.
Yeah. So you're still dealing with it, Steve?
I hear right now, I can hear it in the background. I can hear hissing.
Oh. Yeah. Well,
but I won't go crazy. I promise you I will.
Okay.
Okay. But you got it right.
In the middle of the night, when we are all rooming together, the 3 guys here at Trek Long Island, I shouldn't come up to you and go,
no,
you wouldn't appreciate that.
And hopefully you won't hear my CPAC machine making that sound either, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Are we ready to move on to the next one?
Go ahead.
All our listeners are like, TMI.
Yep.
TMI.
Okay. So now this next one, I didn't come up with by myself.
Oh, really?
This next
Disappointing.
one, this next one was submitted by Rick Mastracchio, one of our favorite
Oh,
guests.
just
Okay.
for us?
Wow.
Just for you guys.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, the Spice Man.
He's my favorite astronaut.
Great.
Okay. So, well, now here we go. You guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. Number 1, he grew 3 inches taller in space. Number 2, he survived an ammonia snowstorm during a spacewalk on Christmas Eve. And number 3, now as a co-pilot or left seater on the Soyuz spacecraft, he had to study the Russian language for many years. That part is definitely true. Now, his Russian instructor once told him that listening to him speaking Russian was like watching the Godfather movie dubbed in Russian. Timer starts now.
Oh my God.
Well, I think that
gotta be right. That's an insult, and that sounds like something a Russian would say.
Christmas walking on the moon. Did he walk on the moon on Christmas and there was an ammonia storm?
What is an ammonia storm?
Well, first off, ammonia is a coolant that's used on the International Space Station.
Right, yeah.
And if you get a release of ammonia, well, have you ever smelled that before? It's
ammonia,
like the world's worst. It's the world's worst dirty diaper that you'll ever smell.
So we're talking about the question. Thanks for answering those, Steve.
I've smelled it. It's disgusting.
I have no idea.
Isn't there a type of ammonia that's kind of like rubbing alcohol though too?
No. We just say yes. When she asks, "What's the lie?" We'll just say yes.
Can you repeat those for us one more time, Adina, please?
Well, I'll do it.
I think it's
your time is up now, but I'll repeat them, and then you guys give me an answer.
Please.
Number 1 was he grew 3 inches taller in space. Number 2 was he survived an ammonia snowstorm during a spacewalk on Christmas Eve, and number 3 was his Russian language instructor once told him that listening to him speaking Russian was like watching the Godfather movie dubbed in Russian.
Oh, you know what? It's number 1.
Yes,
I think it's
one
too
as well. I'm going to go with number 1.
Final answer, number 1.
Yep.
That is true.
Yes.
I'm sorry. That is the correct answer. It is not. That is the lie. He did grow, not 3 inches, only 1.5 inches.
Oh, so he did grow. Oh,
he did grow. What happens is your spine, if you're in space for an extended period of time, your spine basically elongates, all the stuff kind of, because we're being like pulled down by gravity. And once you really get away from that, it just kind of undoes a little bit. Yeah.
But, and there's no degeneration of bone development.
Oh no, that's separate. But that's a separate issue.
Does one offset the other?
Well, they are completely different, issues and different things. Different issues and different things. And we'll have to ask him again. That was the ear ringing in the ears.
Oh, okay, I'm just kidding. I know.
So can I? Oh
no.
I was going to ask a question that's sort of related, but it's a DS9 gravity question.
Yeah.
In the episode Melora, when there's that alien and she's not used to the gravity because of her planet, why the heck is Bashir like? Why did he say, "Oh, I've never been in a low gravity environment before. I've never been in 0 degree"? Like, isn't that mandatory Starfleet training to learn what it's like to be in a place with no gravity?
But remember, he's a medical doctor, so he might not have gotten the standard things that other people do. I think sometimes I don't know.
It's like the guy in the Pearl Harbor movie who's like, "I don't know how to swim." But he's in the Navy.
Yeah. Okay, you guys ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. I also did not come up with this one.
Who did?
This one came from our former guest, Laura Banks.
Oh, Laura.
Okay. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. Are the 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, she was in an episode of TJ Hooker where she played a barkeep. Number 2, she dated William Shatner.
Okay,
Number 3, she wrote a book entitled Embracing Your Big Fat Dog. Go.
Number 3, easy.
Well, I think so. That sounds.
The name of her book is Big Fat Butt or whatever.
You really know that for a fact, Mr.
I do.
Brian Donahue?
Yeah, I do. I research our guests occasionally.
Okay,
so I think she was in a. It is very plausible, at least, that She was in an episode of T.J. Hooker.
Yeah, I think I saw that on IMDb.
Played a barkeep or whatever, and then we know that she dated William Shatner from her guest appearance on our show. And I think it's number 3 personally.
Okay, I'm going to defer to Brian as being, but we have to let this thing go out. So,
I think number 3. It sounds right because I know I looked it up and I was like, oh yeah.
She wouldn't say about a doggy. She'd be a little more derogatory with what you said, Brian. Yeah. So.
Okay, your time is up.
Oh, thank you.
I'll be bold here, and I'll say that the lie is number 3.
Is correct. That one was a lie. Because yes, my big fat ass.
Yeah.
Took us. We say took us in Yiddish, okay? Took us.
Excellent. Okay. You guys ready for the next one?
I would say it, but I get in trouble with my mom and my wife.
All right.
Okay.
Fair.
Posterior.
Okay. You guys ready for the next one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This one comes from former guest David Livingston.
What?
We're back to...
Oh. That might not be good.
Are you just randomly emailing people or
randomly? These are our former guests.
Okay. I mean, okay.
So
this is fun. This is very very surprising and
fun. What are you accusing David of lying about? Go ahead.
Okay, well, here are the 3 things. Well, 2 of them are true. You guys have to figure out which one is which. Okay. Number 1.
Mm-hmm.
He's shaken hands with both George Harrison and John Wayne. Number 2, he's a direct descendant of African explorer Dr. David Livingstone. Number 3, he saw Mickey Mantle hit a home run off Sandy Koufax in the first game of the 1963 World Series at Dodger Stadium. 1 minute starts now. Guys are too quiet.
Number 2.
I know number 3 is correct.
Number 2.
I thought didn't he say something about that? I think he said.
Yeah, no, he talked about. I think he talked about going. I
thought he did on the air. Yeah,
we were talking about baseball.
I'm leaning towards number 1.
Mm-hmm.
But what was number 2 again, Chris? You said number 2.
I think he's related to Dr. Livingston, I presume. That he's related to him.
That could be it.
Is that
too,
a Bashir reference?
I'm gonna go with number 2. I think that is.
If you guys are, if that's your first instinct, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with number 2 with reservation that it's probably number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you guys say number 2 though, I'll go with it with the team. But I just would like to.
I don't know.
Would you like to note your objection, and I'll say what's the Picard line? I will note. No, I don't know.
Time is up.
I will note your objection in my log.
What's your answer?
Okay. Dr. Livingston, we presume is correct.
Incorrect.
You
mean that's the lie?
Is the lie?
That is true. That's the lie. So yes.
Really?
Yes, he is not a direct descendant of African explorer Dr. David Livingstone. But yes, apparently he has shaken hands with both George Harrison and John Wayne. And yes, he saw Mickey Mantle at that first game of the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You guys ready for the next
one? Good job, you two.
Okay. All right.
I was convinced. I wasn't thinking. I was like, John Wayne, really?
Why not?
Like George Harrison, I could kind of see for some reason, but John Wayne, I felt was like way.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, given he's like in Hollywood and has been in Hollywood for a long time, and
I guess so. Yeah.
Welcome, Pilgrim.
All right.
Thanks for shaking my hand. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Thank you for watching part 1 of 2 Truths and a Lie here on the Big Sci-Fi Podcast. Stay tuned for part 2.